Even though Carl has been instrumental in saving the lives of his comrades, the commander still refused to acknowledge his services just because he was black. The other students who saw Carl's patience feel sympathy, and slowly they begin to want to be friends with him. The next day he called his family in the village. On the call, his mother informed him that his father had died. Heard the news, he is so sad. His mother told him that his father purposely did not tell him about his illness so that Carl could still focus on studying and achieving his goals without worrying about his father's condition, who was seriously ill. He then asked Joe to come to accompany him. While waiting, Carl is approached by a woman. Turns out she's Chief Sunday's wife. Saw Carl cry. The chief's wife then said that they both had the same fate. Currently she is also sad because of their wedding day. Chief Sunday instead chose to party with his partner. She then invites Carl to go to the bar where her husband is partying. When they get to the bar, suddenly all members of the Navy looked at Carl and reported it to Chief Sunday. Chief then immediately scolds Carl and says black people don't deserve to be there. Heard the insults. He became angry, and for the first time he dared to go against his coach. With emotion he said that his coach was jealous because he was better than him. When Joe was at the bar, she was confused by the commotion. Chief Sunday then challenges Carl to a breath-holding underwater race. If Carl loses, then the chief will remove him from the training camp. But if Carl wins, he'll let Snow Hill back into camp. Carl, who was very fed up with all the insults from his coach, immediately decided to accept the challenge. Carl finally won. Finished the match. Carl is confused as to why Joe is nowhere to be found. He immediately chased after her. He then asks why Joe left. She explained that the reason she came there was to say goodbye because she had been accepted for a job outside the city and was leaving tomorrow. Heard about it. He was taken aback. He then recklessly ventured to propose to Joe. He promised after graduating training later, he will definitely go to see her. The next day Mr. Pappy called for Chief Sunday. He asks Chief not to pass Carl in tomorrow's exam, no matter how. Mr. Pappy didn't want any black people to graduate from the camp, even though they both don't like Carl. But Chief hated the way Mr. Pappy abused his position for personal gain. Since yesterday's incident, he realized Carl was much better than him, but nevertheless he could not refuse the orders of the superiors. He then relayed the order to Carl. There they both argue because Carl still wants to take the exam. The emotional chief immediately slammed the radio that Carl's father gave him, seeing the only thing left by his father was damaged. Carl is very sad. The next day when all the participants were getting ready, unexpectedly Carl came. He then looked at his coach with a look full of confidence. See that look?